Oh my goodness, Najee, Kenny Pickett also, and he banks out. No, oh my, what's going on? Let's go, TD! What the hell was that? Let's go! Feed it! Yes! Yes! Let's go! Alrighty, Steelers Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. It's back. We're back. You guys ready or what? Okay, so I wasn't gonna go live today. I've got a podcast tomorrow with Stay the Steelers, Daniel. Talking about the first impressions. But then I couldn't help myself because the Steelers are back. They're in camp. They're in Latrobe. They're one of the last teams to report to their camp. And yes, they just walked through the door. But there's something exciting about this time. There really is something exciting about this time. It's a great day outside. I got some stuff to do today as well. Got my driving tonight as always. But there's something exciting about the season being right now. The fact that they've signed Highsmith, Ogunjobi at the beginning of the season, all the guys, all the friends, stuff like that. Things are happening to a certain point where it's like, oh, we see Patrick Peterson walk through the door. We see Nate Herbig wear his happy to be here shirt, which I'll show you in a minute. So things are happening. They're happening. Holy dooly. That's what it is, man. Holy dooly. Right? So I hope that you guys can hear my audio fine. For some reason, my StreamYard stuff's up again. It says there's one person here, but I feel like there's 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. Now, let me just double check my audio is sweet for what I can tell. The Yeti's on. G'day, Yeti. And yeah, I don't know if you guys, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this new era. Today we heard from, and I can't remember everything they said, but we heard from TJ Watt, we heard from Kenny Pickett, and we also heard from Mike Tomlin. So there are things going on, and these are the guys now that they got to go out there and win a playoff game. They get things in order, they can win a playoff game, win some games first, have a great season, and take it to the next level. And I think this is the time right now. Kenny Pickett's second year, younger guy, a new era, and new offensive line, all this kind of stuff. I think we're going to move forward. This is what I feel like anyway. Holy dooly. Right, so we've got Gene in the house. G'day, Gene. What's going on? Now, Gene is going to camp, I'm pretty sure. You said, Gene, you're going to camp, I think, Friday or Saturday. So if you guys see Gene out that way, that'd be awesome too. Maybe get some autographs, talk to the fans, stuff like that. G'day, Jeddah. What's going on? We have Felicia in the house too. Hey, mates. G'day, George. What's going on, mate? G'day, Dante. How are you? How are we doing? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great. I feel like July was the longest time. July was a really long time. Like the off season's been a wild ride of different phases, different events. Of course, we had the draft, right? And then me and Maddie did the 6-hour podcast. Waking up early in the morning, we went through all that stuff. The off season's now been Omar Khan buying all the players in, letting go players. The whole team's turned around, and here we are now back at training camp 2023. And also, I didn't see any helicopters. I didn't see any buses. I didn't see anything too crazy. The team just seems checked in. They seem focused. They seem like no drama. That's what I'm excited about. I don't think there's any drama. Not that I can see from the outside looking in, from the photos I saw. I saw Christian Kuntz and Press Harvin. They've got a cool little relationship too. They brought in a massage chair. They apparently had to get that to the 3rd floor. What else did we see? We saw Fryermuth walk in. We didn't see George Pickens, but that's okay. You see a lot of these players walk in, got their stuff ready. And I want to show you guys this too. G'day, Jeremiah. What's going on, mate? How are you? Yes, this is the time right now. It really is. It really is the time right now to get hyped and to cheer our team on. That is a South Park reference. You guys ever watch South Park when he goes, "We love you, Randy. Make love to me, Randy." That's a South Park reference. Oh man. Sign said that's a Simpsons reference. The sign said no Omars. We're allowed to have one. All right. Okay. G'day, Wes. What's going on? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Seahawks are coming in, but I want to show you guys a picture, man. I want to show you guys this picture, and I want to try and buy this shirt too. And I know I still got to go and buy the Christian Kunz pickleball paddle, and that hopefully they'll be shipping away that maybe in September. I got to figure out some few funds, but I want to try and do that as well. But I saw this picture, and this got me hyped as well. I haven't even got it yet. Here it is. This is Nate Herbig. I want to buy one of these shirts. I saw this shirt, man. As he came to camp, him and his brother, the Herbigs. But he came to camp, and this is fantastic. How cool is this shirt? Now, that is the best. Happy to be here, 5171. That's him and his brother's number, right? He, of course, is 71. Cool car in the background. Happy to be here. I feel like that's all of us. I feel like that's all of Steeler Nation right now, is we're happy to see our team at Latrobe. And I want to buy one of these shirts. I got to figure out how to get this shirt too. Because this is like one of the most, I think, you know what, in Steelers history, could be one of the most iconic phrases from a player. You know, there's a few out there, of course, with Mean Joe and the Coke and stuff like that. But when he says this,
tells me I'll play. Man, I love football. I love to play the game of football. I'm ready to play football. I'm happy to be here. Just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this team. So I'm happy to be here. I love the game of football. I think it's an art. I think it should be played a certain way, and that's why I love to play the game. I just love football. We love football. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to represent.
happy to be, happy to represent. So I love that. I love the fact that he wants to be a Steeler. Do you know what I mean? We want volunteers, not hostages. I feel like they've done that by cutting, getting rid of middle linebackers. They've just overhauled that position. They brought in some coaches. They've brought in Glenn Thomas, offensive coordinator's assistant to Matt Canada, right? There are things happening. That's what's so fun about this stuff. But it's exactly right. To my title, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. They walk down the steps. They're ready to go to Latrobe. They go into their dorms, and they're going to be there for about 3 or 4 weeks as they go throughout training camp tomorrow, day 1 to day 5, and have a day off. And then they go, next week with pads on. And then you have the preseason game coming up versus the Buccaneers, where you have all the camp battles and the young guys fighting for their roster spots, stuff like that. Stuff like that is fantastic to see. And I'm buying that T-shirt. I am got to figure out how to buy this T-shirt. It's going to cost me a lot in shipping, but I love that. I think actually the T-shirt, it's also a Steelers T-shirt, but it looks like a good T-shirt. Happy to be here. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Who else we got in the house too? Who else is coming in the house? Yeah. Yeah, I used to have a shirt, right? I bought a shirt in Bali, and when I was in Bali with my mate Dylan here, I had a shirt that was just called Being Honest. It was just called Being Honest. I had to be honest every time. I'm honest anyway. I'm always honest. Yeah, I saw that too. I wonder why I didn't drive. I don't know what happened there. Might have been a few dollars to go from like Pittsburgh. I don't know where it was from. He showed up an Uber, so that's kind of cool. Just a bloke in his room. I could do that too. Yeah, that's all I am. That's all I am. I'm just a bloke in my room talking Steelers. I'm nothing special. Nothing too special at all, man. That's terrible. And imagine where. Yeah. I don't know if that's probably the best. Maybe the best time to wear that kind of shirt is to wear a Happy to Be Here shirt. But maybe for like engagements, weddings, stuff like that. Maybe not the old funeral. But no, it's exciting time, guys, to know that football is back and the training camp stuff or the training skills doesn't start till tomorrow or the next day. I think I do have the schedule, the first bit. So it doesn't start. So all players report today, and then tomorrow they start at the Thursday, 27th of July. So Thursday, tomorrow's the very start. So, but it's fun, man. This is the time. This is the time that we've been waiting for all kind of like off season to hear TJ talk, to hear Kenny Pickett talk about leadership. He's now taking over, of course, as quarterback number 1. There is zero competition. Trubisky walked into the house, and he's going to be quarterback number 2, which is backup. So he's designated backup right now. This is Kenny's team to lead them to if that is to success or failure. It's Kenny's team to lead them the whole way. So even if we don't win the first game, we go 0-1. Don't freak out. Still a long season to get back at it. but I believe they can win that game versus the Niners. I think they're versing Brock Purdy if he turns up. So to me, like, yeah, it's a big change from last year. Last year, when I'm in the same spot, same guy in my room, same bloke in his room, talking Steelers, that we didn't know what was going to happen at quarterback number one. There are so many people in the camp of we should play Rudolph, we should play Trubisky, we should play, excuse me, excuse me, Kenny Pickett, should play those players, right? We didn't know, but now we know that the fact is it's Kenny Pickett's team and it's second year jump. There are a lot of players and NFL guys getting around Kenny Pickett now too. Yes, you're right. I feel like if that's going to get cancelled, I feel like saying boys are back in town. Is that going to get cancelled too? You never know. You never know. But what are you guys most excited for? What are you excited for? I'm excited to see someone hit someone. I know Najee Harris had a bit of a conversation too about the running back. I'm just a bloke watching a bloke in his room. Yeah, isn't that odd? Yeah, isn't that odd? That is kind of weird. Smack down under. We still got to try. I think one day we'll get that that podcast going. I saw a podcast last night with Theo Von and Hulk Hogan. It was fantastic. It was a good podcast. So maybe we should get the podcast going for Smack Down Under to talk about wrestling, because you can talk about wrestling forever. Not that I watch it anymore, but I've watched the the olden days wrestling was really fun. But no, there's to me, yeah, Najee came out and was like, started talking about the running back stuff, and I understand that, the contracts, and they're getting just undervalued, all that kind of stuff. I don't think it's going to be a distraction. I think this team's all checked in. I think that JPJ signing his contract was great timing before his birthday, right before training camp, got it done. Yeah, he is unreal. He's unreal. So I watched the podcast last night with Theo Von. Theo, I thought it was a great combo. Theo Von and Hulk Hogan. I was like, this is awesome. So Hulk Hogan talked a lot about the wrestling game and all that kind of stuff, and just a lot behind the scenes and behind the business and stuff. 100% Dante too. Yeah, 100%. We're in preseason mode right now. We are in like preseason, working at the playbook. You know what I mean? Trying to come up with stories, trying to make something out of today. But it's an exciting day. But nothing happened today. Like in reality, nothing happened today. Even Tomlin talked about, like he said something like you're spinning this already, or you're saying something already. But nothing happened today. All that happened today was players checked into a building and we got excited. We saw them, take their luggage and stuff like that, and we got excited. We were happy to be here. We're happy to be part of the moment. But I am too. I'm excited to do the live streams again. I will be doing the Hall of Fame game with the Jets versus Browns to kick off football. I should be available for that. And then I'll be doing every single preseason game. And then as we go on, it's going to be Steelers versus 49ers. I'll be up in Queensland with my mate Matty. He's getting married. I'll be in a hotel at 3 a.m., half awake, and we'll be doing it. It's going to happen. So I hope so. Because during the season, yes, the bottom pub, there's two pubs where I'm from, right? There's the what do they call it? So it's funny. They call the bottom pub, but the top pub is called the Lakes, something else. Anyways, the reason why I go to the bottom pub is because it's further away. So when the Steelers win after the Monday, I try and celebrate or go have lunch, and we have a big stream and stuff like that. I go and celebrate down there. So it's further away to walk, have a beer, check out. And the other one, if we lose, is a closer pub. It's about 500 meters away, the Long Jetty Hotel. I go there for a sherbet, a bit of food, and come back. But I go to the bottom pub because there's a big screen TV, which also I'm doing a Steelers meetup soon too. So Steelers Nation Australia, I'm going down there to do a meetup on the 26th of August. And I won't be going live from there, but I might try and cut a video up, get some interviews, stuff like that. And there's a big screen TV. So when I go back, when the Steelers win, I go down to that pub. have some drinks, I chill out, I jump in the comments, I write community posts, stuff like that, and I get to watch the game again, or at least I watch like the second game. That's the fun part. That is the fun part. Dante says, "Was there a Steeler YouTuber that made you want to start a YouTube channel?" Not over like a Steelers YouTuber. Pretty much how the reason why I started this YouTube channel was I think it was 2020 Christmas Day. I was doing stuff with Behind the Steel Curtain. I was doing podcasting, and I thought in the back of my mind, why don't I just start like a channel? And the reason why I started my very first video was me saying, "Merry Christmas to Steelers Nation Australia" on Facebook. So this all started from Steeler Nation Australia on Facebook, was me putting a page up and having like-minded individuals who support the team from Australia. I never knew that I would get this reach. I never knew that I would get the audience being, I think, about 85 or 86% American, which is you guys and Dylan, my mate Dylan here, being from Australia. Like, he's like the 2%. I think the only the only Australians that watch my content is, and I think Dylan's in here. He's in here for a minute and out. Is my mate Dylan, and maybe Matty Peveril might watch it a bit, and I watch my content back, so I see the edits, the mistakes, stuff like that. Because you have to watch your content back to see what you've done right, done wrong, and there's plenty of stuff wrong that I've done. So the reason why I started the YouTube channel was I sent a message out on Facebook. I recorded it on YouTube. I put it to YouTube. Then I shared that YouTube post to Facebook. And it's my very first video where I'm really nervous, holding a bourbon and Coke, and I scratch my nose a lot. I'm really, really nervous, really, really timid, all that kind of stuff. And basically, I was trying to grow the Steelers Nation Australia Facebook page. And as that went on, I started to make Steelers Nation Australia videos on YouTube. Then, of course, I had the first year, which I didn't really do too much. The second year now, this is my third year third year doing it. Second year, I linked up with my mate, Gridiron Blitz from Detroit Lions Syndicate. Me and Owen, I started the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Then I found Britsburg Owen. He come on board to make. He joined me to make that channel, Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Now Joe's running that, so Joe's over there doing that, and that was pretty much where my success went. Boom, like that. But I tell you what, I'm not stopping. A lot of guys in this YouTube space, they get a bit overwhelmed. And it's like, oh, I'm not getting the views. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting this. You got to keep going, man. You got to keep building the brand. You got to jump on every day. You got to make videos every week. You got to make it entertaining, and you got to build your brand. That's what it's all about. I'm all about building this community, and I want to see the Steelers win. That's what I want to do. So I figured I might as well stream myself going crazy, because I'm going to go crazy anyway. I might as well piss off my neighbors, because I'm going to piss them off anyway. So you guys might as well see that. It's fun though, man. We're taking this thing to the next level. I got some big content coming up. I know I promised it last week, but it's happening now. By next Wednesday, it should be settled in. I've got some big interviews coming up. I've got some other things that I'll be featured on in the next 2 weeks as well. So this thing's happening, man. Woo! Holy dooly. Got the dog in him. All right, he's a good dude, man. I went for drinks with him down in Sydney a few weeks ago to meet him for the first time. He's a good bloke. So got that dog in him. But yeah, man, I'm keen. Okay, yes, 100% everyone. Yeah, that's another one thing too. Not that I've seen yet. I don't think anyone's on the pup list, which is good to see. Everyone's healthy going to the camp. They should hopefully stay healthy. There's going to be injuries along the way, but everyone should be healthy as we go. Chase Claypool, I don't know what he's doing. He's terrible. That's a big possibility, man. I think we can see that. I reckon they can beat the 49ers. They can beat the Browns. They got the Raiders. Then who they have then? They've got, I don't know who the fourth game is. I forget the fourth game. The Raiders, and then I can't remember the fourth game. Texans, and then we have the Ravens. So 5-0 before the bye would be fantastic. 5-0 before the bye would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Coach Tomlin said that no one is on the pup list. That's fantastic. I get this new. You know what it is too. Coach Tomlin was asked. He was asked about a contract or an extension for his his coaching career, and he said that he's got less days in front of him than more behind him. But I feel like if Coach Tomlin's going to be here, he's going to be here for the Kenny Pickett experiment. So, or the Kenny Pickett era. So he'll probably be here. If he gets extended, he'll be extended for the next 5 years or maybe 4 years. And he's going to ride that train out with this new offense and this new team, this new era. Chris, thank you, mate. Much appreciated. G'day, Rod. What's going on, mate? He's in the house too. Everyone's getting excited. Rod the animal. Yes. Will this be bigger? I can try and get him on the show. I can email. There's a good one coming on. There's a good one. It won't be live, but there's a good podcast you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss next week. I know I hyped it up. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to talk about this guest. He's been and you guys can guess if you want to guess, but you won't get it. You're not going to get it. So, but it's going to be awesome. Jeremiah Yoda, hype train. Yeah, exactly right. Like this is the time now where I think that the team is checking in, and like, you know what? Hang on, I'm a bit of a break to get a bit of water because I am fired up. But where is it? This guy plus this guy. 1 second.
It's the Steelers. What isn't there about it? Studs everywhere. Man, I'll play punter if they want me to. Whatever coach tells me, I'll play. Man, I love football. I love to play the game of football. I'm ready to play football. And I'm happy to be here. Just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this team. So I'm happy to be here. I love the game of football. I think it's an art. I think it should be played a certain way. And that's why I love to play the game. I just love football. We love football. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to represent.
Alrighty, I should be back. So I just need to get a drink of water. I'm pretty fired up though. Where's the picture? I can't even see it now. There we go. But yeah, there's a guy coming on soon. So and I'm going to try and do as best. Also, guys, too. Yeah. I don't know. You have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's actually West coming on too. It's West. It's Steelers at West coming on. Now you have to wait and see. It's a good one though. It's I've been working on it. I've been trying to email some former Steelers, stuff like that, to get to be a part of this thing. And yeah, I'm just excited where the direction of this channel is going. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very keen. Quick Easy says, yes, I agree. This is the first time in a long time there hasn't been any drama or TikTok dancing at the start of the season. I didn't see any of that. I just saw blokes wearing, I guess, their attire, their shorts, whatever. And the only drama I saw was really the Najee Harris situation, but I don't read too much into that. There's nothing really dramatized about the Claypool turning up and TikToking and dancing. It's like, he's a distraction. He really is, or was. There's nothing like that. I think the physicality too. Tomlin talked about the physicality as well. This team's going to hit people, man. This team's going to hit people not only in preseason, not only in training camp, but the real season comes around. They're going to be physical on the offensive line too. We're going to see, like, when we start seeing actual football, that is preseason football, and then we see real football too, I reckon you're going to see a bit of a change from last year where guys want to actually tackle players rather than they did with Devin Bush and those blokes there too. It's all changed. It's all changed, that middle linebacker. They've got Nate Herbig's brother, Nick Herbig, who can like interchange there. He could probably play. Maybe we see him at inside linebacker in certain roles. Maybe we see him in the preseason play outside. You have Marcus Golden to watch too. So many guys like that. You're going to see the Kazi and Keanu Neal too. Keanu Neal's a big fella. I sent a picture of him. His shoulders out like here. So we're going to see everything like that, which is awesome. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I should get Yuli Picker back on the show too. He was a bit of a fan favorite. Me and Gene were just laughing our heads off. We were laughing our heads off when he said that Pickett should be rated 106 overall in Madden. That was fun to see too. So yeah, AI Yuli. Yeah, is it a Roo? Nah, not a Roo. Could you imagine if I had a kangaroo in the show? Nah, I promise you this. It's a good one. I mean, I haven't recorded the podcast yet, but it's coming. It's happening soon. I've got it organized to record the podcast with this special guest. I can't do it live, but it will be probably like for a 45 minute show. I might even try and premiere it 2 days later, so it feels like it's live. I'll be in the chat. It's a good one. Hopefully it's a good guest, and hopefully it's a good podcast. I don't want to hype it up any too much more. G'day, Toddy. What's going on? Man, Pete, that would be great. Pizza and beer is probably one of the best combinations. I like to have one beer before, and then like I have the pizza and then beer straight after. Some of the best. Uh, how do you know what a quokka is? How do you know what a quokka is, man? I'm convinced. I think Genov, you must know a lot about Australia. You know so much about Australia. Special guest as cool as a quokka. Yeah, man, quokkas are pretty cool. Nah, you're gonna like the guest. It's awesome. Geez, Yuli. No, nah, man. Holy dooly, man. But what else has been happening really? So, like I said, nothing too much is there's no this guy broke a route and took a ball. There's no this guy tackled, this guy missed coverage. There's no Kenny Pickett's first pass at Calvin Austin. It's legit. They just walked into the building. But I think it's gonna be fun though. I think like when Gene said he's going to the training camp too, he's going down there to meet the players. I think it's a good opportunity for Steelers fans to really get amongst it, to really feel that Steelers passion, that Steelers vibe. And I think something's different. Something is different to last year. The fact that we were like, oh, is Trubisky going to be good? And now it's like we're going to hope that Kenny Pickett can be good, right? He's not the best quarterback out of the 32, but hopefully he can grow into something and become one of the best. Or even if he's just good for us. If Kenny Pickett is good for us, then we're fine. If he can win games, and he talked about today, I think in his interview, he said that he's not worried about stats. He just wants to win. You're in Brisbane? I knew it. I knew you were Australian. You do know an awful lot. You do know an awful lot about Australia, even that too. No one knows. Nobody knows about Fat Pizza. Fat Pizza was actually, Fat Pizza probably couldn't survive today. It was a comedy TV show based in I think Western Sydney. And it was just some of the jokes are just crazy, unbelievably craday. G'day, Michael, man. What's going on, mate? Hooly dooly, everyone. Exactly right. We're cheersing. Today's like the first day. You know what I'm saying? Like the very first day. I like pizza. Pizza on his pineapple. You know what? I don't mind it. I work for Pizza Hut for 10 years. So I actually don't mind pineapple. I think anything's fine. Like when I buy a pizza, I just have everything on it. I have the Supreme. I love that stuff. Or I have like mushroom Kransky or mushroom and pepperoni olive, something like that. I actually like, my pizza stuff to me is just have whatever. So I think pizzas, honestly, I could eat pizza every day. I think it's one of the best foods, one of the easiest foods to eat. It's just enjoyable every time you have it. Holy dooly. Holy dooly. KP8 is bigger. Yeah, I said that in a video. I said it was bigger, faster, stronger. And I was like, isn't that like a reference to the $6 Million Man? But also bigger, faster, stronger was a reference to it that there's a song. I can't remember the song. Daft Punk as well is like an old song. Holy dooly. Michael's ready. I'm ready too, man. Do the Steelers re-sign? That's if they go south. Yes, I think they do. I don't think the Rooney give up. Say, for instance, the Steelers miss the playoffs, which I don't think they will. Say they go 6-11, right? Or 6-11, 7-10. Do the Steelers re-sign Tomlin if they go south? Yes, they do. I don't think the Roonies give up on Tomlin after one bad season, but I don't see that. I actually don't see that happening. I don't see if they do bad, they don't fire him. And I feel like they'll do good. And their focus right now is to win a playoff game. That is their focus, is to win as many games they can, get themselves in the best position to be at 11, 10, 12 wins, or wherever that may be, and then go and win a playoff game. That to me is what I think is that should be the goal. Playoff game and try and go on a run and focus on this year. And then next year, whatever happens, they're going to have a better draft. More players come in. Guys have been there now 4 years. But this to me feels like a good team that if they can be physical, they can move the ball down the field. On defense, you've got the stars there. We all know the stars with TJ and everyone else. This is a time right now. This could be a time to be a sleeper team in the NFL. Definitely can happen. Everyone's overrating the Steelers. Don't get it. Okay, that's the one I want to bring up too, actually. So I did hear that the Steelers are not going up Chase Young. That's fake news. I don't know where he would fit in. So this rumor about Chase Young all started back with Jeff Hartman. So Jeff Hartman, he works for Behind the Steel Curtain. He's a writer there. He's done podcasts too, but with Behind the Steel Curtain on or SCN now. It's called Steel Curtain Network. So Jeff Hartman has he's a good bloke. I trust the guy too. He's got a source inside Pittsburgh that says there might be a rumor that Chase Young could become a Pittsburgh Steeler. Now, I'm exactly with you, Wes, too. I don't know where he would fit in. Now, the rumor is that Chase Young could be a Steeler. He could be a Raven too. There's some trade rumors like that. Here's the thing, though. This rumor comes from one source, and that source is through Jeff Hartman, who he knows another guy in the building. I don't know who it is, but he knows a guy in the building that has an idea or rumors that they could potentially going after Chase Young. The biggest question to me is, though, in what Wes outlines here is where does he fit? Where does Chase Young fit on this defense? You already have him, and do you play him at defensive end? Do you play him at outside linebacker? You've already signed Highsmith for 4 years, and you signed TJ Watt's there. You have Marcus Golden, I think, for 1 year, and then you have the other guys' depth with Herbig and stuff like that. Therefore, to me, he wouldn't really fit there at outside linebacker, But sometimes you go and get the best player, and you figure out that problem later. But to me, it's like, where does he fit? There's too many dogs and one bone. The other theory I heard too about Chase Young was you play him at defensive end, or you could play him in interior. But we already have guys there at interior with Keanu Benton. I think Fajoko's going to play some good football reps too. But then also you've got DeMarvin Leal who's trying to make the roster. So I don't know where he would fit. I heard the rumor. I heard Deke talk about it. I heard Pittsburgh Steelers chat. They talked about it. They're awful. They will make a rumor up out of anything. If Mahomes wore a Pittsburgh Pirates cap, they'd say he's coming to the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? So I heard this rumor. I don't really entertain it too much. I think the possibility of it happening could be like 1 to 5%, because with Omar Khan doing things like this, yeah, we don't know. We got Patrick Peterson. We got all the other guys coming in. But do the Steelers trade away some of their best draft capital or whatever that may be to forfeit some of this year's stuff or next year's stuff to bring a player in? Therefore, there's already a pretty big room. There's already a big room there anyway. We've got guys there. So to me, I don't think it's going to happen. Janival says, yes, I like that. JW says Chase Young at fullback. Anyways, guys, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a rumor. It's the same rumors that we heard with, Bobby Wagner was around at the very start of the season. That hyped me up, stuff like that. There's a few other guys too. We saw that Bud Dupree was going to come over. He went for a tryout. That didn't work out. But to me, it's just a rumor, and I don't think anything's going to happen out of it. I highly doubt that the Steelers are going to trade away capital to go and get Chase Young. If we see him at fullback, that is unbelievable. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that. That'd be great. But besides him being actually, what Wes says here, the fake news, it does come from a source. It comes from Jeff Hartman, which then links to a source, to a guy inside the building that has some knowledge about this Pittsburgh Steelers, more than I do, that links that it could be a possibility. And also, Omar Khan and all these dudes around the league, from my understanding, they're probably making calls and trades and trying to figure out players all the time, So there's a rumor to everything, but what's the likely chance that this happens? The likely chance this happens is probably, I'd say, 1%. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay. Holy dooly. Yes, and I actually think, though, as well, I think Tomlin has a new era right now. You had Big Ben for so long. Big Ben was kind of getting, older as he went on, but I feel like now it's a new era and a new team. That's what it feels like. I think he does, though. I think he does, to be honest. I think this team, and we're going to see it in the first 6 weeks, the first 6-7 weeks, this team, I think you're going to see some playoff success. Look at the talent we have. They just got to show up. What about Canada? Do they call him? Can him if the offense declines due to Pat? That's the big one too. That's the big one as well. Canada needs to be, look, the players got to play, but Canada as well needs to be successful. So that's the thing we're all waiting for, because you know what would be great? And I'm going to, excuse me, I want to start. Sorry, I'm burping. I'm drinking the Coke. I'm going to start this year fresh. Last year, I fire Canada. You heard me all the way from Australia. I was saying it every day, all day, every day. Didn't like it. But this year, fresh, man. It's a great offense. It's a great offense with Pickens, all those guys. Offensive line's better. Fresh. Start fresh and see what happens. But it's going to be frustrating if it doesn't work the way we think it's going to work. It's going to be frustrating if we don't see Calvin Austin get speed and get open. It's going to be frustrating if we only see Pickens get certain routes, or, Deontay certain chances. But I feel like that with a full offseason with Kenny Pickett and this offense, it has to be better. They scored 18 points last year per game. They just need to score for this defense, this team to win. In my opinion, they need 24 points. 24 points a game will give you a chance to be in games, and then you just got to hold them under 24. The defense this year, if they click on all cylinders, the way that they're going to rush the passer with Highsmith and TJ and Big Cam up front as well. Also, Ogunjobi is fantastic. The way they're going to rush the passer should hopefully, I don't actually see Brock Purdy scoring 3 TDs. Not at all. Maybe 1, maybe 2. But it's going to be hard for the 49ers, I think, to score 21 to 23 points. So score 24 points and make it a 24-21 game. Because last year was a bit of a joke. It was a bit of a joke where you had 18 points per game. Yes, I can't wait to see that. Connor walked in today too. Connor walked into the camp, into his room, was checked in. Man, it's so good to see Connor and Cameron Hayward too. And I looked up as well. I saw some highlights the other day, and I didn't do this before. Connor and Cam's dad, son of Ironhead. I can't remember his name, but the way he ran the football, I think it was a Falcons guy. The way he ran the football, Mr. Hayward Senior, the son is Ironhead. They called him Ironhead. He was fantastic. He was like a bowling ball. It was like a big Bettis over there. So it was cool. Chris Goodwin says, "Who do you think will get RB spot?" You know what? That's one I think is up for grabs. Right now, I'm going to pencil in probably McFarland, because I think the Steelers like McFarland. But at the same time, if it's open slate, if it's anyone's game, there could be a possibility that could be anyone. It could be, is it Graham, Alfonso Graham? I haven't checked in too much who they actually are. I haven't looked into them. Alfonso Graham will have a chance. So basically, there's Darius Hagans, no idea who that guy is. Jason Huntley, no idea who that guy is. And Alfonso Graham, I've heard he's a good, speedy guy, and he could be a returner as well, possibly. Well, that might be the other guy. That might be the receiver. So my money is on Anthony McFarland. I tell you what though. Last year they only ran the third back, I think 5% of the time. It was only about 60 carries. So it's not, to me, it's not that big. It's not that big of a pressure, or you don't need that guy to be great. The third down running back's got to play teams, and he has to get the ball some first down series and stuff like that. But he won't be touching the ball that much. You've already got Pickens. Look at all the guys you've got to get the ball to. Pickens, Deontay, Calvin Austin, Robinson, Muth, Warren, Najee, and if they give it to Darnell, right? There's about 7 to 8 guys that need to get the ball. Right? You're going to give the ball to one. It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. 24. Not today. Like I said, maybe when I hit 10,000 subs. That's a maybe. Maybe when I hit 10,000 subs. I don't think I'll do a 24-hour. Maybe I'll do a 6. I don't know. It's, you know what? It's very hard. It's really hard to talk for a long time. Unless we keep 20 to 30 points, I wouldn't keep Canada. We'll see, man. This is the last year of him too. But like I said, is it Craig? Yeah, dude. I saw him, man. I saw him run the football. It's fantastic. I keep hearing that Brock Purdy is going to start. I keep hearing that Brock Purdy is on the pup list or something like that. I don't actually care who the 49ers quarterback is. I don't think they win that game. I think we win that game 17, maybe 20 to 10 or something like that. I don't think the 49ers can score more than 20 points on our defense. I just don't see it. I don't see it. That was an old one too. They cut him for some reason. Too. Yes, Ironhead. So I watched I watched a thing about Cameron Hayward. I think it was on NFL Game Pass, and it talked about him and his dad. and that showed highlights of Ironhead, and he was fantastic. Like I had never seen highlights of the guy running the football. Was it back in the 90s or 80s? And the way he ran the football was amazing. He's just a solid running back. You know what I mean? It reminded me of like the bus. So I think from that, and Tomlin's also talked about this stuff too, where he drafts players, based on their bloodlines. That's why he's got Nate Herbig and the Herbigs together. That's why he had the Edmonds brothers together too. That was like a good thing for the Steelers. They've always done stuff like that. Of course, Joey Porter Jr., his dad being Joey Porter Sr. How exciting is that? The fact that like I saw Joey Porter Sr. playing when I was younger, and now like Joey Porter Jr. is in our team being cornerback. They've always got this kind of stuff. It was so much fun. J-Devil says 12-hour stream. Maybe not 12-hour. Okay. I could probably like, oh man. So 2-hour pregame? Maybe I don't know. The thing is, I'll be honest, man. After a while, you just run out of stuff to talk about. I'll be very honest. This is part of the game, right? I love doing this stuff, but there's a certain part like I'll just start going through the list and naming names and stuff like that. You just run out. You just honestly, and that's why it's been fun in the off season. But that's why I'm happy now that like the training camp is back and the boys are back in town, because sometimes you just run out. You've run out of things to say. You're just like, what do I say next? But that's why I'm happy too that I got my guests coming on. Not only Daniel J from State of the Steelers tomorrow in SCN Network. I also have a guest coming up the week after, and a few other guys coming on. I think in the preseason, I'm going to try and get maybe Britsburg going on too. I think he's been really busy, but there's things going on. Me and Maddie are doing things all the time on TDU. So, Jeans, me too. I could talk 12 hours about pizza. Seth says here, "G'day, mates." He says, "I love the thumbnail, man. I noticed that I rather bat." And it was Nate wearing a shirt. Yeah, you got to get this shirt. So I Googled it, but there's like another bunch of like, okay, where is it? How good is it? I love it. I think it's great. I need to buy that shirt. I need to buy the Christian Kunz pickleball paddle, and I need to buy Happy to Be Here shirt. That is fantastic, man. I don't know what. It's just actually it's a really good shirt, isn't it? It's so cool. Mate, what a good bloke. I think he's gonna be one to watch too. Nate Herbig's gonna be one to watch, that's for sure. He's gonna be fun to watch. Where do I get rid of this? Okay. All over the shop today. Chris Goodwin says, I think Trice will have a big season. Yeah, and look, I'll be very honest. Some of the players that we drafted, I don't go back. I'm not a draft guy, so I don't go back and watch the draft stuff. I wait until preseason till I see them in camp, and I go, wow, he can do this. And I'm also not an analytical guy. I'm not counting the steps he takes or how he turns his hips. My theory on if you're a good player or not is how hard you can hit someone. Can you make a play? Can you get an interception? Can you is your speed? Can you break on the ball? Stuff like that. I don't go off like the analytical data or the the scouting data that may be like, oh, this guy's doing this guy can turn his hips or he put his hand up here. No. I just see a guy hit someone really hard. I'm like, yep, I like him. That's why I like James Debo Harrison, man. The way he hit people, the way he came off the line, the way he broke and disrupted the pass. Because at the end of the day, really, football is about getting to the quarterback, making them under pressure, getting them to throw a bad football or fumble the football or sack them. That's what it's about. It's about then, clogging up the running lanes and forcing that person in front of you behind their line so they can't run anywhere. It's the big men on big men fighting each other. I don't go into that stuff. All I see is like if Corey Trice comes out and plays great in preseason, I'll be hyped up. We saw guys like Jalen Warren last year, and he's fantastic. He's all checked in. So that's how I see it. Holy dooly. All right, Gene. I don't know what that is, but yeah, send away. Who Day? Never won one. G'day, Carlos. What's going on? Who Day? Yeah, that's a real Who Day for you. All right, another break, and I'll come back in a minute. Where are you, Nate Herbig?
It's the Steelers. What isn't there about it? Studs everywhere. Man, I'll play punter if they want me to. Whatever coach tells me, I'll play. Man, I love football. I love to play the game of football. I'm ready to play football. And I'm happy to be here. Just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this team. So I'm happy to be here. I love the game of football. I think it's an art. I think it should be played a certain way. And that's why I love to play the game. I just love football.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you guys are here too. I'm happy the Steelers are coming back round to it. Like I said, we have the Hall of Fame game coming up in a week's time. A week's time? Yep. 8 days away. Jets versus Browns. I will be streaming that with a few beverages in the morning and talking Steelers football, but also watching the game too. Not because I like the Jets, nor do I like the Browns, but because I like football and I'm going to watch that. That's going to be awesome. And then, like, I think it's like 8 days after that, it's like August 11th is like the what do you call it? It's Steelers versus Buccaneers. I'm pretty sure they're away. Yuli says he's happy to be here. Exactly right. You know what? And that's why I love football too. I love the fact that I love these stats. I love the fact that like 12 teams have never won a Super Bowl, right? 4 have never been. And the Bengals have been there 3 times and they've lost 3 times. Steelers been there in our history since 1933, have been there 8 times and won 6. Isn't that fantastic? So as fans, whenever you're versing a Bengals fan and the Bengals fan says, "Oh, your team sucks," you just say, "Oh, I'm too busy to argue. I'm just gonna go and watch Super Bowl, 2008, or I'm gonna go back and rewatch the one of our 6 Super Bowls," because they can't do that, right? I would be a happy man, and this is how sad I can be. I'll be very happy that I never see the Bengals ever win. Now they have a good possibility. This is probably their best chance in their history. Well, not going back to the days when they win the Super Bowl and stuff like that, but they have a good team. They have Joe Burrow, but I would be very happy if they never win one. I think it'd be fantastic, right? But out of the AFC North, they're probably the best chance out of all of them. But it would be great. The fact that 0-3 is it's amazing. It's amazing. Holy dooly. Go back and watch the draft. Which draft are you talking about? Are you talking about the Steelers draft or the Bengals draft? Because I don't really care about the Bengals. I don't know if I have any things about the Bengals. I might have deleted them. I think I deleted them. Yeah, I did. Wait. I remember. Do you remember when the Bengals won the Super Bowl? No, they haven't. So look, I know there's a lot of like they're a good team this year. The Bengals for sure. Joe Burrow, he'll get paid. They paid Justin Herbert his big money. The Bengals, they'll pay Joe Burrow his money too. Don't really care. I honestly don't care. I think until you win one, you can't say anything. Any Bengals fans, you can't say anything at all. And I know I'm only saying like I don't hate the fans. I just don't like the organization. But I feel like they're really cocky. They're really full of ego. Can't handle it. Be done with it. It's like the Steelers have done things. And yes, we haven't done anything since 2008. I understand that. I get that. But at the same time, the Bengals have done nothing. And you've been to 3 of them and lost 0. Same as the Buffalo Bills. You've been to 4, lost 4. Vikings, you've been to 4, lost 4. Steelers been to 8, and they won 6. That says something about the organization. It tells you something about the culture. It tells you everything. Bengals draft F the Steelers. That's fantastic. How? Oh, Carlos. All right, what's your reason for being here, bro? Fuck F Steelers, man. Your team's never won. You've won nothing. How old are you? Let me know how old you are, and you've won nothing. You've done nothing, and your whole organization's done nothing. At nothing. This doesn't matter. This right here doesn't matter. Your team has never won anything. Think about that. I can end the stream right now, and I can go onto my Game Pass and choose 6 Super Bowls out of these 6 to watch and be happy. I can do any one of those. What can you do? You're not going to go back and watch Super Bowl 56 when they lost against the Chiefs. Come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. The Browns and the Bengals should say nothing. Nothing at all, because you've done nothing. Your organization, you wrote a book called Rule Them All about the AFC Championship. But in reality, you didn't get the big one, did you? Makes no sense. Honestly makes no sense. Like, it doesn't, I don't understand. There's certain things about being a fan of certain. I understand you can have, okay, you got a good team now, but why would you want to slag out the Steelers or Steelers chat room and say F the Steelers? At the same time, your organization has done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to show for you. You walk past the Lombardi Trophy case and it's who day, where they at? Who they go and beat them Bengals? Well, I know the Chiefs beat the not Chiefs. The Rams beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I know that. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get you. Good. Go watch it. That's all you have. All you have is something like that. You don't have anything else. You know what? I'm not really picking on you. I'm not picking you on that much because I don't really care. I honestly don't give two wazoos, right? But what I'm saying is, when you come into chats and you probably go into other chats and annoy other Steelers fans and whatever, you have no argument. There is zero argument. There's nothing there. There is nothing. You can't hold a candle to anything. The Steelers have 6. Your team has 0. Come back to me when you have 1. There is nothing. That you can't say anything. You can't say that my team's better, this team's better, blah, blah, your team sucks. It doesn't matter because you've never won the big one. You've done nothing. Nothing. No one really remembers about second place in Super Bowls. They only care about first place. And Joe Burrow is a loser. He's a loser. He's 0-1 in Super Bowls. Oh, but Kenny Pickett, he hasn't done this. He hasn't had the chance just yet. And our organization is much better than yours because you can't do anything. You've had 30 years of failure. Absolute failure. You had a playoff drought for 30 years. 30 years. And then you won a few games, and now you're high and mighty. And it's like Jamar Chase this guy, that, yada, 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 T. Higgins, whatever. Who cares? What have you done? Until you can prove something to me that your team is actually successful and the organization is successful, I don't care because your team sucks. Right? You like that, guys? You like that? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it happens. It's successful. It's successful. I just don't understand though. I don't get it. I just don't get it, honestly. Like, okay, everyone's a fan of the team. I get that. Everyone's a fan of the team. We all have our opinions. Yada yada yada. I get that bit. I understand that bit. The part though is your team sucks, dude. Your team's a nothing. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't suck. No, it doesn't, mate. How does? Yeah, g'day, Gabe. What's going on, mate? Our team doesn't suck. Our team is successful. in the 90 years that we've had been existed, they've won 6 Super Bowls. 6 of them. 6. You guys have won nothing. I don't understand. I don't know what more you want from me. Bengals history, right? Okay, hang on a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Here it is. The Bengals have been there for 56 years, from 1968 to 2023. They have won 385, 463 losses, 5 ties. Their playoff record is 10-16. They have 0 Super Bowl championships, and they've been there 3 times. You've had 3 chances, and you lost all of them. Lost them all. Now, let's go back to the Steelers record, eh? I wasn't going to go this direction today, but you've really pissed me off. Let's find out what we have for the Steelers, being a Steelers fan. How we have one of the best organizations in football. Steelers have had 91 seasons, right? 1933 to 2023. They've won 661 games. They've lost 571, so more games, of course. They've tied 22. Their playoff record is 36-27, which is much better than yours. Super Bowls, they've won 6 and been to 8. They've won 6 championships. Not only just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, 6. Don't talk to me. Come back. Come back. All right. You want me to mail? Nah, nah. All right, we'll move on anyway. We'll move on. All right, because there is no argument. Look, the Bengals have a good team now, but they've done nothing until they can do something. They've done absolutely nothing. So I don't want to hear anything. It's the same as the Browns. Browns have never been to one. They won championships. Even the Browns have won more championships than the Bengals. So, but Denver Broncos Syndicate says, I am so glad to football back. Yes, as well. So that's my good mate Gage from Denver Broncos Syndicate. He's awesome. Does some great content out there. If you do want to follow up on Broncos, if you want to, it's up to you guys. I know we're all Steelers fans. But even the Broncos have a better record than the Bengals. They're a much better team or a better franchise. And they beat us in the playoffs too, back when it was Tebow, right? So, Gage, you're doing awesome things out there. I respect what you're doing. And you're a good bloke and you're a really good reporter or YouTuber for this scene, right? So it's fantastic. Holy dooly. Look, you're all welcome here. You haven't called me an idiot or something like that. I just don't get it. I just really think that in the Bengals' history, you have a good team now, but I can't wait until the Burrow experiment goes away and you sign Burrow all the money and you don't pay any other players. And for the next 5 years, you try and win playoff games and you get there, but you lose a wild card, you lose this, you lose that. You go and fire a coach, and the next minute you got to start again because you're not gonna do it. Now, this is probably the best chance in your history right now. Is the best window right now is with Joe Burrow to go and get some championships, to go and win some playoff games. But you've shown the world, and you get to the big game, you can't win it. Aaron Donald comes around the corner, sacks him for a loss, and the game's over. So until you win the big one, don't want to hear it, man. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna give you. Cowboys and Steelers equal no more rings. You hear the hang on. Wait a minute. More. Right? The key word in this is more. No more rings. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rings. The Bengals have I don't know. I don't know where they are. I have no idea where the Bengals rings are. I can't find them. Oh, mate. No one's picking up, mate. No one's picking up. Holy dooly. Yeah. Yeah, big time, man. Big time. Big time. Yeah, and look, I reckon they're a good franchise. They're a pretty good franchise. They've been through some ups and downs, but they've won. I think they won one with did Elway win one? Elway won a Super Bowl. Manning won one in 50 when I was over there. They actually have something to back it up. Now they're going with Sean Payton coming in as coach. That's going to be kind of cool to see. Russell Wilson, they might be a force here with AFC West. They have the Chiefs in their way right now, right? And there's all this talk about the Chiefs and the Bengals having a rivalry. I don't see it because the Bengals, I think they're a loser team, but the Broncos have the Chiefs in the way, trying to get them back at it. I think it's they're a pretty good franchise. They're a stable franchise. What isn't a stable franchise is the Bengals. Yeah, 100%. No, he's all right. It doesn't. No, Carlos, he's all right, man. He's fine. I just don't understand the argument of like. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, if you guys got any more questions, that was all cool. There's no hate against you, Carlos. You're a good bloke, mate, or whatever you are. You're just trying to stir some up, but it's fine. It's what we do. It's what we do in the bar. You walk past someone, they're wearing a Cowboys jersey, a Ravens jersey, you say, Ravens stink, and you just move on with your day. But I'll tell you right now, it doesn't bother me because I know that I support a great franchise, and I know the franchise you support is a failure. It's a failure. 56 years in the league, and they have not won anything. That to me is failing, right? People say, well, they need to get rid of Mike Tomlin. They're all, the Steelers are flat right now. At least we have some history and some actual representation of success. And they are a successful team. That's what they are. The Bengals, however, have never won a Super Bowl. Come on the show, come in the chat when they win one. After this year, if they win one, come back. And I'll say, good job, mate. You've got one. And then I'll say, well, we've got 6. Until you get 7, come back, right? Oh man. That's crazy. Anyways, guys, you got any more questions or whatever? I'm gonna start to wrap it up in the last few minutes. No hate against Carlos. He's cool. It doesn't matter. You're never gonna see any look. Um, I'm pretty sure she was invisible, right? I think she was invisible. So, yeah, if you guys have any more questions, but whatever. Old ass rings. Okay, what would you rather? Would you rather have old ass rings, as you say, or would you rather have zero? Zero. Zero. None. You have zero. There's none. You can't win. If you want to have a debate or an argument or a comment about the Super Bowl rings, we have 6, right? You know how to count to 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have zero. None. None. I just don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. I wish I had I deleted the video too. Should I? I should play in the video. That's what I should do. I should have the video. I don't think I got rid of it. I had a nice Bengals video, but I got rid of it. If I can can I find it? I might play that and then we're gonna end it. Maybe I got rid of it though. Probably did. Damn, that sucks. It's not there. I don't know what I did with it. It's not you got blocked. Nah. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, guys, that's it for today. That is it. Do you understand the point? The point that you have zero? Like zero, right? Like zero as my voice breaks. None. They've never do you know that the Bengals have never won one? Do you understand that? They've never won a game. They've never won a Super Bowl ever. They've been to 3 and they've lost every single one. Every single one. So when you say blow the dust off them, yeah, I will. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go watch now. I can go watch 6 games in a row that from the 1970s to 2004 with Super Bowl 40 and 43 with Debo Harrison running back probably the greatest player in Super Bowl history. I can go and watch that. But why, as a Bengal fan, would you want to watch 3 Super Bowl losses in a row? You go watch the 3 Super Bowl losses in a row. 1, 2, 3, right? I'll go and watch the 6 in a row that we won. You have zero argument. But I hope you come back, Carlos. I really do. Hope you come back because next time I'll block you. G'day, Maurice. What's going on, mate? But you just can't argue with that. I'm sorry, you can't argue with that. Hey, yeah, you know what that is? It's like saying someone, if someone's got like a piece of gold or something, and you say, well, I don't know, mate, I don't know. It's like bagging out someone for being rich. You know what I mean? Oh, mate, this house is too big. Your house is huge. Your house is too big. You got too many toilets. You got too many bedrooms. Oh, you must be a millionaire. You must be a billionaire. It's the same thing as saying, what'd you say? Blow the dust off the rings. Oh, your rings must be heavy. I don't know, dude. You're crazy. Good. Send him over. I'll send my cousin over there to block you, Aussie. What does that even mean? That makes no. Yes, that's the thing too. It hasn't. Yeah, you haven't. Hey man, it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because your team's awful, and you've done nothing. Like I said, I can watch 6 of them in a row. You can't watch anything. You can't watch anything to do with it. So keep cheering your Bengals on. It's all fine, and I agree with that. Drop my location. How about you drop your location? What is it? Are you trying? You're gonna come? You're gonna send? So you're gonna send? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. You're gonna send your cousin. You're gonna involve your cousin in this silly debate, or you're getting fired up, taking it personal. You're gonna send your cousin over like a child that you are, and you're going to send him over to my location to what? Knock on my door and say, and try and fight me? What is this? This high school? Is this kindergarten? Dude, you got no idea. Drop your location, mate. This doesn't work in the real world. This stuff doesn't work in the real life. This is why maybe you are part of the Bengals franchise, because yes, they're a failure. They're a failure. And if you are 9 years old, I shouldn't be arguing with a 9-year-old, but sometimes the kid's got to be put in line. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, the real world doesn't work like this. It doesn't work like, you don't just try and solve everything with threats and violence and that kind of stuff. It doesn't. You don't get away with that anymore. It doesn't happen anymore like that. We're not in high school. We're not doing this. All I'm saying is that your franchise is a failure, right? And also, I guess then you're a representation. You are a representation of that fan base, and you come in here and say, "F Steelers, your rings suck. Your rings are too heavy. You got dust in those rings. They're too old." At least they're there. So in some ways, then you are a failure. If I put it that way. All right, guys, that's it. I might get out of here before I say too much and too many more things. Yes. We'll get out of here because this is getting out of hand. Getting out of hand. 100%. 100%. I just don't understand. I did not get it. Like, just I always say the internet is the internet. It's like, I'm gonna send my cousin over, bro. I'm gonna send my cousin over, drop your location, and find out where you're at. What's that gonna solve, mate? Right? I'll tell your cousin that the Bengals suck. I'll tell him to his face. I don't care. All right, guys, that was awesome. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Thank you, everyone, for coming to chat. Even Carlos, even though. Oh, man, that was a good time. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later.